PHNX Sun Devils show.
That was the happiest Monday you've ever given.
Is it? Was it the happiest of all Mondays?
Yeah, the happiest Happy Monday.
There you go. I'm Anthony Totri. This guy right here, Big Pokey Shane Dieffenbach. This guy right here, Erik Ruby. We got DJ Danielle behind the Mac.
DJ Danielle.
Making all the magic happen, guys. Do us a solid. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a 5-star review if you're listening on audio. Let us know what you like about this podcast. We already got JJB in the chat. Yes, Shane? You're sticking out your Gatorade here.
So Eric's redeemed himself.
Yeah,
I had to.
He got me a Cool Blue.
I had to.
So he texted you this morning?
No. He just knew.
He just knew.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
See, that's the thing is you guys might know when to wear the same shirt, which I do feel.
We didn't know.
I feel a little bit left out.
We didn't know.
Feel a little bit left out. I know you
next
guys.
to each other this morning. And
You laid your outfits out. You're like, ooh, I want to wear that one.
Shane
Let's
and
just
I
wear
actually
different pants so it looks a little different.
We have bunk beds.
Those are
actually pretty cool shorts, Shane.
He sounds very surprised.
So that's what I'm saying, man.
Very
he does
surprised.
that so much.
What?
When he gives compliments, he's like, "Wow, I actually like your outfit today, Shane." Like, why didn't you just say?
I was being honest. I was surprised.
Why are you surprised?
You're pulling a fit off?
No, not surprised that he's pulling it off. I'm just surprised because that's not what I expect you to wear.
I wear these shorts
You've never worn those shorts before.
bi-weekly.
Well, you've been here like what, 2 weeks back?
Yeah.
So he's on schedule.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
He's like, I just don't expect you to dress well.
Why can't you say, "Wow, I like your shorts, man," instead of saying, "Wow, I actually like those shorts. That's awesome.
Screw you, man.
I like your pants, man."
Thanks, dude.
Psych, I lied. Your pants are fried.
Okay, whatever. We got Tony in the chat. We got Clint.
Tony.
Guys, we're going to be talking all things Pac-12 basketball as we go on throughout the show. We've got our last Pac-12 power rankings of the regular season, so we'll definitely get to all that. We've definitely got some changes. Shane, don't spill on yourself. We've got a look at the Pac-12 tournament. The bracket is set. We've got games tipping off on Wednesday. And then we've got what we're going to start the show with. Whew. Jose Perez.
I'm actually good.
Yeah, I was about to say it's actually a wrap. There it is. There it is. You're going to do it right now? If you were being more Jose Perez, you'd quit when we only had one segment left. Yeah, I'm sure everybody has seen it if you're an Arizona State basketball fan. But ahead of the UCLA game on Saturday, Jose Perez left. He left the Arizona State basketball program. From my understanding, is the team played against USC on Thursday. He obviously played in that game pretty much all season long. He's been one of the best players in terms of minutes, free throws, points, offensive production, period. He had the team meal afterwards, after the game. From what I was told, he watched film and then the next morning informed the team, coaches specifically, that he would be leaving the program. And then obviously the UCLA game was played. Another loss for Arizona State. And that's that. Jose Perez bounced on the program. He bounced on his team. Shane, just your initial reaction to when you saw that news be broke.
It's okay. I'm going to preface all of this by saying I think that the players should have control of what they're allowed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that you should, like, I think we're shifting into an era where it is for the better that players are controlling their lives.
Yeah.
And with NIL and whatever. That being said, this is a coward move. And just one doesn't really make sense. But two, you look at his track and like kind of what his whole college career has been about. This is his fourth or fifth?
I think it's his fifth.
Because yeah, he
went to West Virginia and didn't play.
He didn't play at West Virginia. But he's quit on a lot of programs, and again, saying quit is he quit on this team. He's left a lot of programs, but he really quit on this team, and the timing is just weird. I wish him the best, but like it's really, really, really disloyal to the time he's put in, but also the time that the coaches have put in and the players have put in on him to do it this late in the season. It's bizarre and it doesn't really make sense. And to hear that, I almost wish there was a blow up. Like I almost wish like he said
there was
something
some
terrible
issue.
or someone did something to him or like, but it just seems like I'm good. I'm gone. Like it's bizarre.
Yeah, I do want to shout out head of broadcast for Blaze Sports, a Cronkite student, Kavan. He is actually the one that tweeted it and broke the news that Jose Perez was not seen during the team's pregame, and then obviously got it confirmed. So shout out him for that story, obviously traveling with the team. Eric, same question. Just your initial reaction to seeing that Jose Perez, wasn't going to be a part of that UCLA game, and then pretty much just up and left Tempe.
Okay, so initial reaction, like when something is so weird and catches you so off guard, even though it's not funny, you laugh.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I was like, what the hell? Like, this is just not something that you see, like, ever.
Yeah.
Really.
You don't see this on the worst teams in the NCAA.
No, you don't. And I mean, there's probably so much that plays into it more than just that he just woke up one day and decided to quit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure that this is something that's been on his mind for a very long time. Now, like, don't get me wrong, I would not do this shit. I would not do this shit in a million fucking years. Like, you make your commitment, like, you write it out, like, especially when you're so close to the end of the season.
Yeah.
But when I read his Instagram post and he started mentioning, like, I'm doing this because my family needs me, which is, it's vague, but I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go out there and just pretend like, or act like he's saying that just to say that. I like to consider it and say, okay, like, let's just say that there was something that came up. Like, let's just say maybe the money that he was making at ASU wasn't cutting a family expense, a financial need that needed to be covered. And if he waited another, couple of weeks, couple months, and somebody's calling and says, we can have you getting this money by Friday,
Yeah.
And you think to yourself, would I want to quit? No, but am I going to show more commitment to ASU or my family? I think a lot of people who put in that situation would also commit to their family. But there are so many different kind of qualifiers that you have to give the guy to even look at it in a somewhat positive way. But at the end of the day, like, you just don't do this.
No.
And like, I really do hope that there's not something like serious going on with his family behind the scenes. And like, but if there was, this should have been in communication for a lot longer of a time. It shouldn't have been, oh my gosh, we just lost a game. It's the last game of the season. I'm going to wake up the next day and say something. Like, you should be communicating with your program and your coaches. But like, if you saw the video of Bobby Hurley afterwards, like, nobody looked prepared for this.
Yeah.
And so you would have to imagine that this was just something sprung out of nowhere, which if you're going to do this, like, that's the worst way to handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think what you said is important. There is a qualifier here that nobody knows except for him what the true meaning of why he did this is. There could be something serious. I don't want to speak on it like by saying that, no, it's in no circumstance do you do this. Most circumstances you don't. And it sounds like the circumstance really doesn't. Like it just shouldn't allow it. But again, we don't know. Nobody knows except for him. So
yeah, Short Bus with a comment earlier in the chat. I'm not really bothered by Perez. Wasn't like he was a staple here. And there's a church rec league overseas that needs a ringer. We've actually got the Instagram like post tweet thing that Jose Perez actually constructed. So this is actually what was posted and what was said, saying, I wanted to thank you for embracing me as one of your own this past season. We will always have some unforgettable moments from the season that I will cherish forever. Your unwavering support was always appreciated, and you really made me feel like family, even though we knew each other for a short time. Due to some personal family circumstances, I had to come to the tough decision to get a head start in my journey after college. There are no hard feelings between me and Arizona State. This was solely my decision to be made. It is what I felt was best for my family at this time. I wish Coach Hurley and my teammates the best of luck as they compete in the Pac-12 tournament and hope they can finish the journey that we started together. That was obviously a message to Sun Devil Nation. Look, for me, I just, it blew my mind to see it. But to your point of like, you just see something that's not really funny and you can't help but laugh. Look, the personal family circumstances, I get if there's something drastic that needs to happen. It doesn't sound like from my conversations that it was something ridiculously pressing. But something I will say to your point, Shane, right? Like, this isn't the first time that he's done this, like, in terms of just up and leaving schools. This is school 4 or 5. It's the boy who cried wolf. Like, if you want to keep leaving schools, that's your prerogative in this day and age of college sports.
Yep.
But it's pathetic. It's embarrassing. It is uncalled for, and you're a quitter. You're a quitter. Jose Perez quit. He's a quitter. He quit on his teammates. He quit on the program. He quit on the fans. He quit on himself. Like, literally, at this point in the season, there is at the most, right? How many games left? You're playing at the most till the end of the week. And knowing this team, you're probably done after Wednesday evening.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You're probably done after Wednesday evening.
Come on.
Probably. That's realistically, you're probably done after Wednesday. So again, if it was ridiculously pressing, I totally get it. I'm sure whatever money that is being made in Europe or overseas, whatever, it's great. I'm sure the money would have still been there after Wednesday.
Wasn't the wording weird though? He's gonna finish the season overseas.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
And it was so strange, like the way that was reported. I was like, what is that? What is that? I mean, not the way it was reported, the way that the statement was given.
He's a quitter. He's a quitter. That's what frustrated me the most about the whole thing was, like, I get if you've got issues going on, but at the end of the day, like, I feel like anybody that has played any sort of sports, like, that is what rule number fucking 1.
Yeah.
Like, you finish what you start, and here we are, literally like 4 days left in the season.
It's so weird.
And your entire team, of course, like, how many of these kids on the team, yes, could have opportunities elsewhere, are going to be entering the portal? Like, yes, of course. They're not sitting out the season just because the team's bad.
Yeah.
But for what reason?
Well,
you get to quit and just decide you're going to move the entire, like, it blows my mind. It makes me so angry I can't even speak, dude.
So, like, I looked at it from one perspective, right? Which is you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and you want to say maybe the family issues are are very important.
Yeah.
But, like, don't get it twisted. Some people will just do what they want, and they will make any excuse to make it seem like it's okay.
Yeah.
And there's a very reasonable likelihood that Jose Perez just said, fuck this, I don't want to do this anymore, and I'm going to quit, and I'm going to cite my family issues, but my family issues is the fact that I just don't want to do it anymore. And I can't just go out and say, I quit because I don't want to do that. So
but I would have more respect. I would have more respect if he
but
he's
not going to do that.
No, but if you, like, it's the way that you want people to judge you. Right now, that's the only way that, and I'm not saying that it's made up. I don't want to say any of that. But the only way that he gets out of this situation, not looking like a total jackass, is by using the family excuse. Not to say that it's not real. I'm just saying that is the only way that he gets out of that, and anyone gets out of that situation without being looked at poorly. I would have far more respect for somebody that said, you know what? It's not working out. I don't want to waste my time here anymore. There is something better for me, like overseas, that I can pursue for me, for my family, regardless. And I know Short Bus bringing up the Totri, if ESPN called right now, you'd be offset in sub 5, but it's a different scenario, right? Like, there is an end to that season, right? You know there is an off season coming. This is different. A lot of jobs are different, but that specifically where you know there is an end, you know there's a postseason potentially, and you give up. You give up.
And so then there's also this quote, which to me does actually make me lean less into this is a serious personal family matter that he's taking care of, and more, you're making a selfish decision. Quote, there's a thin line between loyalty and stupidity. Press that on Instagram. I'm going to be loyal, but I'm not going to be stupid. I'm not going to be so loyal that I betray myself. How does staying for at most a week and a half, like, betray yourself? Like, if this was something that you were already thinking and you were already doing, like, hell, you should have just left like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, why?
The Turbo's trying to like excuse it for money is it's something that I don't agree with. I understand that some people might have this way of thinking, because he said earlier there's not a single person in here or there that would pass on the money over one more game, and then he made fun of Erik's
No, you can say it. That's fine.
legs.
That's fine. I'm pale. That's cool. He said the odds are more likely of doing that than my leg getting tanning. You know what? You're damn right.
The odds of winning a game.
Yeah.
But I disagree, because I wouldn't do that. Like, it's principle, and obviously like money figures can change everything. Like, you know, if there's like 6 zeros, then it's like, okay, well, hold on, maybe I will leave. But like, it's not, and it's not, because we know how much people make overseas, and we know that you don't just get a contract like that on the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
And to say that anybody would leave just for some more money because you aren't going to win next week, or you only have a week left in the season, is false. And if that's your way of thinking, then Godspeed, but that's not the way of most people's thinking, and it's not the way of most people's thinking that I want to surround myself with. So
yeah, but I also feel like if like there's a way where somebody approaches you with like, let's just say like money aside, overall better opportunity, right?
But you can't
like,
compare it. Are you comparing it to this, what we're doing?
No. I'm just saying like overall, like let's take it from like a big picture point of view, right? Like Jose Perez was approached with probably a better opportunity for like, it's a professional basketball league.
Yes.
It is like that's a step up from college basketball.
Yes.
The money, well, not NBA money, overseas professional players, they can, not always, they can make good money. And maybe he wants to be put himself in a better opportunity, right?
Yeah.
The fact is that opportunity would still be there for him a week and a half later.
Yeah.
If you are going to leave your current opportunity, whatever it is, for another opportunity, like you can completely screw over the people that you're working with. And if they screwed you, then fine. But ASU didn't screw Jose Perez. That man was getting more touches than basically anybody on the team on offense.
Yeah.
Like they ran their offense through the guy.
Yeah.
Like, and so it wasn't like this dude was riding the bench, not getting any opportunity, like anything like that. Like ASU did not screw you. Was ASU in the best position? No. But like, hey, you are a part of that as well.
And arguably, you get put in a good position by being on a team that struggles on offense.
Because you're scoring 25 points a game. Your ass wasn't doing that when you were at Marquette. Like
your ass was doing that when you were at Green Bay, though.
Yeah, or Gardner Webb.
Yeah.
Sharon in the chat, did he delete that one quote that Eric read and replace it with a more PR
I think so.
one? He didn't delete. So it wasn't something that he himself had constructed. It was a video that he had reposted on his Instagram. It was like one of those like TikTok videos that's like a motivational thing. And to Short Bus's point, you're not a 24.
How old do you think I am?
First off, Jose Perez is 25.
Yeah.
Jose Perez is a grown-ass man.
He is a year younger than I am. He is your age.
I'm 26, so he's
your age.
I'm about to be 25.
Okay.
He's older than you.
And he's a 24-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Short Bus.
So Jose Perez, you can't call him a kid anymore. He's 25 making grown man decisions, and he's going to have to live with the grown man consequences.
He already plays like a grown man.
Yeah.
He plays like a 30-year-old one.
6'4" back to the basket post. And like, listen, like if we want to like compare to media, like media is very much not like a linear experience. And all of us have had other opportunities and other stuff before this. And it's like, you don't screw the people that you are working with or with before to go get your next opportunity, because you know what? The same way that it is in basketball,
it comes around.
It's a small world.
It comes around,
and you're gonna get labeled a certain way, and there might be a time where Jose Perez needs a connection from Arizona State, needs somebody to look out for them, needs to play basketball in the States, and somebody goes, yeah, no, you're the guy that quit on your team. I'm not offering you a contract.
Yeah.
It literally, like, that frustrates me so damn much. Is literally the LTC with a comment of the show so far. Perez's new number, 877 cash now. It's. I mean, the only thing that I could say is it's embarrassing. I know Jacob in the chat said Jed Fish type stuff. Even Jed Fish waited till the season was over. Yeah. Right? Like, I get the whole, I'm coming back, whatever. Like, this kid literally up and quit. It'd be quite literally if I was like, I'm done, guys. I'll see ya. Close my laptop. I was out. You never saw me again. Right now, mid-show. That's what it would be. Fuck off. But that's
Wait, isn't that happening? Aren't you not going to be here for the Pac-12 tournament?
Who's literally
leaving? On vacation.
Who's literally leaving this week?
Vacation and bouncing.
Have you told the chat why?
I've told him, yeah. I'll tell him. Well, look, we'll get there. We'll get there. But look,
he's going to go coach overseas. Jose Perez.
Yeah, I'm coaching Jose Perez overseas. Yeah. I'm actually Jose Perez's agent. I'm Jose's agent.
You're his Brian Windhorst.
I think we can.
Why would he do that?
I think we can kind of end on. I think it was Clint that commented it. It's like it's so unprecedented at any level. Like, yeah. It's like, yeah, this is very rare at any level. Like, it's just weird. The whole situation's weird. I don't know. Like, he's an anomaly. The dude was. And look, like, put his game in a vacuum. I'm obsessed with it. I love how he plays basketball. I think it's fucking so fun.
He's the guy that you see at LA Fitness playing basketball all day, every day, and he's dropping 40 a game.
You know what it's like? It's like if you combine Kyle Anderson with James Harden. That's how he plays basketball. He plays James Harden basketball very slow.
I'm trying to like.
What a demented comparison. But like, you're not wrong. But it's like, whoa.
It's tough. It is what it is, right? It obviously like Jose Perez playing against UCLA, Jose Perez playing in the Pac-12.
Sharon.
Bro, Sharon in the chat says Perez took my advice and went to Indeed and found a job. You know what, Sharon?
There you go.
Yeah.
Spin zone.
You should be able to. You should praise him.
You know what? You know what? You're actually right because. I mean, I guess he wouldn't have any more eligibility, but at least he's not going to be 28 playing college basketball, man.
No.
Speaking of chasing the bag, Kirk Cousins is just a generational.
He really is.
Bag
He
chaser.
took a page out of Brock Osweiler's book.
But
No, he wrote the book.
Yeah.
Brock Osweiler tried to be him and couldn't.
Brock Osweiler made a bag.
He did.
He
make
just
a
couldn't
bag.
play
But
quarterback.
he made one bag.
Yes.
Kirk Cousins is like on his 5th bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins
This-
is getting bags for a decade
This
plus.
bag is ridiculous too, because this is an injured bag,
180 mil 4 years. right?
guaranteed 100.
You know what's sad is I can still look at that and be like, you know what? I kind of like that.
I do too.
I kind of like that for
Oh my
Atlanta. Like they
gosh.
kind of needed a quarterback.
You
so,
like that?
Huh?
You like that?
I do like that.
You like that?
I like that.
Well, do you like this? This is what the Bobby board looks like
No,
at
no,
the
no.
end of the Arizona State basketball regular
Bobby
season,
board.
guys.
Lobby bar?
It's ugly. It's ugly as hell. So just to recap the last 2 rows, you got 3 wins. You got 3 out of 12 games Arizona State has won. They beat Utah, Oregon State, and Washington State. Obviously, Washington State's the outlier there. Washington State does have a first-round bye in the Pac-12 tournament. The other teams, however, do not. Now, I said it last week. I said if Arizona State was going to get a draw and they were going to get a favorable team in the Pac-12 tournament, I said that it would be Utah.
And the team that just lost after Braden Carlson dropped 40 points.
Yeah.
That is insane.
40 points in a college basketball game and a loss.
That's ridiculous.
Ugh.
And I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
That's to your point.
And now you got Utah. Look, we'll talk about the Pac-12 tournament here in just a second.
I feel like I went colorblind
Why?
when the Bobby board came up. Pull up the Bobby
It's
board
because
again,
it's
Danielle.
so gray and it's just depressing. It's so depressing.
And to be fair, when they lost to Oregon State, I remember looking at the remaining games, like, how many wins do they have? And I think both of us said like 3 to 4, maybe.
yeah, it's
So
not.
it's about on par.
It's just disgusting. It's disgusting. I just want to cry.
Hey,
This
remember when
is
they won 5 in a
Arizona
row?
State basketball makes me want to cry.
This is what happens when I leave Bobby alone.
Yeah, you left
When I
Bobby to
leave-
coach by himself, and what
To
happened?
be fair, I came back and then they rattled off a 5-1 record,
And Jose Perez
or a
quit,
1-5
so-
record.
Yeah, Jose Perez quit.
I have a feel I have something to do.
You
with
know what it
Jose
probably
Perez
was? He
quit.
probably saw you playing pickup and was like, damn, that man works better in the post than I do. I
Yeah.
got to get out of here.
There it is.
Show,
There it is. Here we
get him.
go.
Oh, hey, down.
You told me to get down.
No, I said like put him down.
Down, boy.
Like get
my
down in the
God.
block.
I got
Come on,
you.
man.
Look, it's tough. Jose Perez, he might not be headed to Vegas for the Pac-12 tournament, but maybe he stopped at a local Circle K before
his
hitting
way
the
out.
airport on his way out. Circle K, they've got it all, guys, including a new free membership program called Inner Circle that's going to help you guys save money every single day. You can start off by saving 25 cents per gallon on your first 5 fill-ups, and then save 3 cents per gallon every single day after that. And if that's not enough, get every 6th free on a selection of Circle K products, pizza, coffee, ice cold fountain drinks, and more. And hey, maybe your friends every now and then will get you a nice cool blue Gatorade or any other kind of snack from Circle K, because they do have it all. Check it out, guys. Join Inner Circle for free by downloading that Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details.
You know
I'm
what
stepping my way to Gila River.
Dude, I was going to say, because Gila River, there's no experience like it, but also with Circle K, they have something there that I haven't seen before where you just put the product on
Oh,
like
yeah.
a scanner and it
Oh,
just
yeah, that
tells
goes
you what
crazy.
it is.
Dude, I'm
Like-
so like anti-stopping like on a road trip. Like if I'm
Yeah.
driving, just go. Oh, you have to pee? Hold it. Like we're
Right.
going. Like unless you're gonna pee in my car. But like
Yeah.
let's go. And the fact that you can just put your thing in a Circle K and
And
be like,
leave.
okay, I'm gone. Easy.
Yeah, and that's what I did for your cool blue Gatorade. I'm like, man, there's nothing like this. And that's the same feeling I get when I walk into Gila River resorts
Mhm.
and casinos, because literally there's nothing in the state that resembles it. Nobody does it better in State 48 than Gila River resorts and casinos. Yeah, you call the experience authentic and immersive, and that you feel it when you walk in the door. But they have so many different options. You just want to go and you want to gamble a little bit, play on their over 800 slot machines, state-of-the-art gaming floor, anything like that. You can have fun. you want to go watch some sports with your buddies, drink a couple of beers at the BetMGM Sportsbook, play some money down. I know at least one person on here loves to bet all the time.
Dude,
In fact, they have a show over it.
The vibes in the Wild Horse Pass BetMGM Sportsbook
Unmatched.
are immaculate.
Yeah.
Like the theater seating, the wraparound bar, the place is just great. And then they you know what they also have that not many casinos, and if you're a degenerate gambler, you're gonna love this. They have live craps tables that are themed to the Arizona sport teams at Wild Horse Pass. They have a Suns, they have a Coyotes, they have a
I didn't even know
D-bat,
that.
a Cardinals. It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
They don't call it a state-of-the-art gaming floor for no
No.
reason. Like, they're, again, literally, stuff there that is nowhere else. Plus, if you're trying to have a good meal or just a quick bite, you can really get anything that you want, something upscale, something a little bit more casual, poolside. And the best part of it all, if you're just trying to get away, but you're not trying to spend big bucks and go on a huge vacation like Moneybags Totri over here, you can go to Gila River Resorts and Casinos,
MBT.
have yourself a little staycation, chill by the pool, win some money. Nobody does it better. And the best part is you do you. At Gila River Resorts and Casinos, visit playatgila.com for more details.
Maybe that's where Jose Perez went. He just wanted to do him.
Yeah.
So he went to Gila.
Yeah.
See him at a craps table.
Speaking of the BetMGM,
You might in 10 years.
speaking of the BetMGM Sportsbook, ASU plus 15,000 to win the Pac-12 tournament. Any takers? Any takers?
They got a good draw. They got a good draw.
takers?
No. I think
No?
I would rather just light money on fire.
I mean,
To be fair.
There's no shot, right?
Here's the thing.
They do.
Here's the thing.
They do have a decent draw.
stop it.
Somebody said it earlier. I forget if it was
I think
Short
it
Bus
was-
or JJB.
One of the two.
They do have, outside of getting to play USC or Oregon State, I think they've got like the best draw that they could have. They've got Utah, a team that they swept this season, and they've got Colorado right after that if they win, a team that they already have shown that they can beat earlier in the year. Now, without Jose Perez, their chances plummet, I think, across the board.
Yeah, maybe they're pissed though. Like if I'm gonna kind of go a little cuckoo and talk myself into this, maybe they're pissed at Jose Perez. Maybe Alonzo Gaffney decides that he actually needs to be a basketball
Well,
player
just
for
like
once in his
JJ
life.
said, more playing time for Bryant Celebunge.
True.
Did he just shift his attention to Celebunge after, whoa.
What?
What's
Forgot
his
his
name?
name?
What's his name?
Who?
The JJ's obsession.
Zane Meeks.
After Zane Meeks got hurt?
No,
Did
this
Zane
is the-
Meeks and Bryson Long just, like,
They don't
did
exist.
their knees just
they
explode?
just don't exist.
Like after San Diego, remember Bryson Long's game?
Yeah.
Like the 3 days after there were 3 games after San Diego. We're like, this is awesome. This is great. And then he's like, oh, he's on the he's sidelined for a little bit. Just a cheerleader. He's just hanging out on the bench now.
I wonder if he has any more eligibility left.
Bryson
Come back.
Long?
No. Zane Meeks.
No.
You don't think
Sorry,
so?
JJ. I don't think he does.
I wonder if Jose took him with him.
like as a buddy or like kidnapped him?
No, like
You're
you know where
coming with
you
me.
like the old cartoons where they pack their bags and they just got the stick and the little sack and they throw
Yeah.
it over. Yeah, that's what Zane Meeks is in with Jose Perez.
So he kidnapped him.
Yeah.
He kidnapped
Could
him in
be.
a knapsack.
Yeah,
truly
he's just walking to the airport with Zane Meeks in a knapsack.
Whoa! I just want to see proof.
Oh my goodness! Look, we'll start with that matchup because I do want to go throughout the bracket. Arizona State and Utah. Do you think there is a shot, Shane, that we see Arizona State pull it out and find a way to get to Thursday?
Yes, for sure. There's definitely a chance to beat Utah. 100%. Utah's been struggling, dude. Utah, let me see this. I want to get the stats right. So in their game against, sorry, I should have been more prepared for this. In their game against Oregon State, Brandon Carlson had 40 points and 7 rebounds in 36 minutes, and they lost 92-85 to Oregon State.
Oregon State, not a good basketball.
They followed
team.
that up with a loss to Oregon.
1 point. Not too bad.
So they're back, but they're still backing into the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Utah's
And then they
stretch
got-
of games, they have won just as many least impressive games as Arizona State.
Well, in their last 5 games, they have 2 wins, and their 2 wins are over Stanford and Cal.
Yeah.
They got blown out by Colorado. They wasted a great game by Brandon Carlson against Oregon State, and they lost a close one against Oregon.
Even before that, you look at the 1 point win over UCLA, and then
and
prior
Oregon-
to that, 3 straight losses: Arizona State, and USC.
Yeah, Carlson also didn't play against Oregon. That's right, Tony.
and all their good wins
No, he did.
are
Yeah,
like
no, he did.
1 or 2 points.
He did play.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
Like they beat Oregon earlier in the year. That was a 3-point win. They beat Colorado. That was a 5-point win. UCLA, when they had kind of started to turn around, not be just bottom of the
Yeah.
conference
Carlson
stinkers.
didn't
1-point
play
win
against ASU last time.
against
though.
ASU. Okay, yeah. I mean, That makes sense. Their best win of the season was all the way back when they played BYU. And they beat BYU by 4 points. Like, none of their impressive wins have been in convincing fashion, except for maybe Washington State. But when you see an 80-58 score, you think that's more of an anomaly than a representation of who a team actually is.
Yeah.
And I mean, they started off really good, like really good. I'm pretty sure they were like 10-2 at some point.
Well, they were also predicted to be the second best team in the conference.
Yeah. And now they're 9-11 in conference, 18-13 overall. Like you said, like they're backing into the tournament. But I also feel like the Jose Perez thing, where you're like, you know, they might play better because they're without him. They might be more connected. It might be the other way. Guys might just be like, I'm done. Like, guys are quitting on our team. We don't like maybe the brand of basketball that we're playing. Like, and then Utah comes in and goes, okay, we lost to this team before. We're fully healthy now, and arguably their best player just quit. Let's not get embarrassed. Let's handle business.
It's going to be an interesting game. Look, I feel like with Carlson playing, he's a 7-footer. Like, that doesn't bode well for Arizona State. We know that they
they just don't have size, man.
But he doesn't play with size.
No, neither does their 7-footer.
He likes to rebound, and
nobody on Arizona State likes to
glass. Yeah, I know. He likes to crash the glass, but other than that, I mean, I don't know. He's not like the most imposing.
I mean, they're not like the scariest team. I mean, as far as first round matchups go for a team that's in ASU's position, because like you were never going to draw an Oregon State, right? Like
no,
that just wasn't going to happen. Like, Utah is maybe besides Cal.
It's funny because they could have drawn like an Oregon State and a USC if they would have beaten the LA schools because of the shit show that was the middle of that Pac-12 shit sandwich.
Oh, big time.
They could have absolutely found a way to draw one of those other teams. Short Bus bringing up, can we please shout out wrestling and swim for getting the trophy? Yeah, we will absolutely get to that at a certain point. Wrestling, swim and dive, phenomenal weekends. We are officially we've always been a swim and dive school, just so everybody understands that. No, we're not.
We're a triathlon school.
We are a triathlon school.
We are a triathlon school. But look, it really is going to be this Pac-12 tournament has the potential to be one of the strangest ones, I think, yet, just because
the Pac-12 is so bad.
It is so bad. And Arizona State finished 11th.
Let's go down the matchups. Oregon State and UCLA, ass versus half an ass.
Which ass are you going with?
I'm going with, dude,
look, Oregon State's tempting.
UCLA also, it's been pretty bad. They rattle off a ton of wins, and then they
forgot
collapsed.
to play basketball again.
Stinky against Fart. Stanford against Cal. Actually, well, no, Cal, I can't defend you anymore. Cal, you've been terrible.
They have been.
They can't score anymore. Stanford kind of rattling off some wins, but that game is like I would rather watch insert Merrimack against whoever. I would rather watch that anyway. USC and Washington's gonna be fun, but because USC, we'll get to them later. They're terrifying right now, and Washington coming off a good win against Washington State, and then to end of the season, and then you have obviously ASU and Utah. Like, no team is good.
No, there isn't. And even you look at the teams that have the 4 byes, Arizona, Oregon, Washington State, and Colorado, they all have their own flaws as well. I think outside of maybe Arizona, like, there really isn't.
Oregon's not a 4 seed.
No.
Washington State's the weirdest team in college basketball.
True. Yeah.
Like, no, genuinely, like, they're bizarre. They don't really do anything great. Like,
I've never believed in them this season.
You know what they are? They're who's the anomaly in the Big 12 that I was talking about? Oh, they're West Virginia football from last year.
Oh, nine of our West Virginia football.
Like, you look at their stats, you're like, how are they winning games? And then you watch them. I mean, they have some fun players. Like, I do like watching them play, but it's just like from a numbers perspective, you're like, I don't know how you're winning games.
I'm absolutely I'm shocked. If you would have told me, like, when we started Pac-12 play, that Washington State would be the second best team in the conference, I would have called you nuts.
Well, Washington State, not only they got some guys in the portal, but not highly touted guys. They lost probably their best player in DJ Rodman to USC. Like, they're weird.
Who would you say is the most the team that if you are one of the other 11
USC
is the one team you don't want to see?
No.
Why?
Because they have the most talent that hasn't been put together yet, and they finally started to put it together.
Yeah,
and I know you can say whatever you want about the U of A game. U of A didn't care. They still wanted to win that game.
Yeah, like,
they played hard. USC is a team that, if any given night, their top 3 guys can. I mean, Isaiah Collier was hurt half the season. Like, and he's been so good.
And Boogie Ellis is always a problem.
Yeah, Boogie Ellis is always a problem. Bronny James scores 5 points and then that's what you see in the tabloids. But like the actual guys that make this bus run have been awesome.
Yeah.
But according to LeBron, he's better than some guys in the league. So
But
watch out for that.
But don't put pressure on him.
Yeah, don't put pressure on him.
No, don't name your kid LeBron James Jr. and, expect things from him.
No, look, USC, they've won, 4 of their last 5. Their only loss was a 3-point loss to Washington State, who we know is the 2nd seed. Like, this is a team in USC, I think to your point, Shane, that, like, the talent has always been there, but it's just been a matter of when and if they're going to figure it out. They've started to figure out just how to play as a team lately. I agree with you. I think Washington's definitely in for it, especially in that first round. Eric, for you, outside of USC, is there another team that maybe, one of the other 11 should fear ahead of the Pac-12 tournament?
Fear? No. But I would say that Oregon State has been a team all year that as
Stop it.
No, listen. Listen, as bad as they have been in many moments,
They've been horrendous, by the way.
They have also played like a fearless style of basketball.
Yeah.
And you saw like they beat U of A. Like they have good wins under their belt. And this conference is so stinky that I can smell it from here. That I would not be surprised if Oregon State beat UCLA. Like UCLA, I'm not walking into that game saying they are 100% going to win. And then Oregon will probably beat Oregon State. But like I don't see Stanford and Cal and go, ooh. I don't look at like USC and Washington, sure. But even Utah, like Utah doesn't scare me either. It's just like I'm very low on ASU as well. Like, I think ASU lumps in there as well. So like it's just
I feel like ASU is so far outside of that box. I feel like for me, if there's a team that you don't want to see, and unfortunately, if Arizona State were to win on Wednesday and beat Utah, then they get Colorado. Colorado coming off their best season in Pac-12 history. They rattled off 6 straight dubs, win over USC, win over Utah, win over Cal, win over Stanford, win over Oregon, win over Oregon State. They've got the pieces to do it. KJ Simpson's a baller. Tristan DeSilva has been playing in the Pac-12 for what feels like 40 years at this point.
Good job.
You got your boy. What's the TCU transfer, Shane?
Eddie Lampkin.
Eddie
Eddie
Lampkin. He's a giant.
Eddie Pumps. Steve Pumpy.
He's literally like, dude's torso is the size of this giant ass coffee table in front of us. Like, he is an absolute unit. He could play nose tackle, and he is the starting center for the Colorado Buffs. So I think that is the team that, for me, you get to the Pac-12 tournament. They're hot. They've got a good coach. They've got the shooters. They've got the size. I think that Colorado probably presents the biggest challenge to Arizona if you're talking about a Pac-12 title game.
Well, 100%. I mean, if I had to put money on it, I would assume that those two make it to the finals. And I mean, Washington State, like, I almost feel bad for how much I've doubted them. Like, they have continuously like won throughout the year, and I have never like fully bought in. I've never been like, you know what? That's a team that I believe in. That's a team that I think can actually like do the classic, make some noise. Like, I don't, but at the end of the day, like, you got to respect the record. And overall, the only like legitimately great team in this conference is the 1 seed.
Yeah.
And everybody else is a lot closer to each other, I think, than they are the 1 seed. But like you said, even Arizona has their flaws.
Yeah.
So man, I don't know. This is maybe the least excited I've been about a Pac-12 tournament in quite some time.
This is why it's going to be so much more exciting, is because you've got a bunch of teams that aren't very good.
But did you just hear the sentence that you just said?
Yeah. And guess what? One of them's going to get to play Arizona. And they've had their fair share of question mark moments at this point this season.
Against teams that they shouldn't have
USC.
against, yeah.
They lost to Stanford by 18? They lost to Washington State. Like, they've got their fair share of issues. Like, it's going to be a unique Pac-12 tournament. And I think, if you were going to get in the final year of the Pac-12, if you were going to get either a, complete, pristine, there's 5, 6, 7 teams headed to the tourney, or you're just going to get one team in the tourney and you've got 11 just trolls and bums playing basketball. I almost would rather have the trolls and the bums in the final year of the Pac-12.
It's just a bunch of mid. And to be fair,
a great way to send off the Pac-12 because that's what it's been.
It's a fitting way to send off Pac-12 basketball for sure. But I mean, to be fair, with Washington State, like they have beat Arizona twice this year.
They have.
And
Yeah.
now, granted, a
By what,
combined
3
six,
point- yeah.
a combined 6 points in both games.
And the last time they beat them, they had to get an and one corner 3 to fall.
They still, but that's the thing is like they did
But-
still beat them, so they would probably go into that game with more confidence than any other team on here because
Yeah.
they're like, we've already beat them twice. So, but then U of A would look at them and have a little bit more motivation.
I want to see an Arizona. Well, I would obviously love to see an ASU Arizona final. But if that doesn't happen, I would love to see an Arizona Colorado final.
I think that's what we're
So
headed
I could
toward.
go to Vegas and party with RK and DNVR. It'd be fun. But that's selfish.
It is what it is. You're allowed to be selfish. Just
Bo
don't,
ju-
just
speaking
don't
of
up
se-
and leave.
Speaking of selfish, Bo just came in here, shot me the eyes,
Mhm.
and then texted me Patrick Queen, and I'm like,
What happened?
Nothing yet. He's supposed to sign with the Seahawks, but I haven't seen anything yet.
Is he supposed to sign with you?
Yeah, because Mike McDonald. Like that's what a bunch of people are saying, but I haven't seen anything official.
Well,
It's really
I guess we'll see.
It's
really
kind of weird to
unfortunate.
shoot you the look.
Yeah, it
no,
is. When
I
nothing
thought he
has
was shooting me
actually
the look because the Cardinals signed Bilal Nichols.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. FYF sports debates. GCU might be the best team in Arizona for real. For real.
Bo, that's a fake Adam Schefter, you idiot.
Oh my gosh. Like the Pac-12 tournament is certainly going to be interesting. We will have some post-game shows as the week carries on. I say shows lightly because Arizona State is only guaranteed to have one game. Obviously, it's of course the late tip for Shane and company on that specific post-game show. I say Shane and company because I am not going to be here. I'm up and leaving.
He's quitting on the team.
I've got a contract in Europe that I'm going to be departing for. No,
Family
in all
issues.
seriousness, look, I took advantage of everything that Game Time has to offer. Got some concert tickets in Texas. So I'm going to be headed out to San Antonio to go see Drake and J. Cole. Shout out again, Game Time, for hooking it up with just the phenomenal deals on tickets. It's just the first of like 3 concerts that I get to go to because of Game Time. I'm able to afford all of them, guys. Game Time is the place for last minute ticket deals. It's the fastest growing ticketing app in the country for a reason. Snag the tickets without the stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use that code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply again. Create an account and redeem that code PHNX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. If you are a Pac-12 basketball fan, again, it is the last like Pac-12 tournament in Vegas as it stands, with these specific teams. Highly encourage if you have the opportunity to do so, drive up to Vegas. It's obviously not that far of a drive. And use Game Time to get your tickets because it's, again, this is going to be history the same way that the Pac-12 Championship game in football was. So definitely something to keep in mind. It's historic.
Yeah, like technically speaking,
It's
yes.
historic.
Technically speaking, yes.
Please, can we all pray?
Yeah. We're going to pray together.
Big Daddy Yormark,
Big Daddy Yormark.
please bring
Please bring.
the Pac-12 tournament or the Big 12 tournament. Excuse me.
Okay.
Big Daddy Yormark, I'm sorry. To Vegas.
To
To Vegas.
In Big Daddy Yormark's name, we pray.
In Big Daddy Yormark's name we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you guys. I really
No,
appreciate
thank you.
that.
I kind of felt like an
appreciate
out of body experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
I feel like Yormark was like
There.
with
Your
us.
mark is in the room with
Big
us.
Daddy
Yeah.
Yormark's with us.
Okay. We had some good NBA games tonight.
What a transition.
Yeah. If you watched the betting show this morning, PHNX Daily Bets every Monday through Friday live right on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel at 11:45. Keep it consistent, unlike Damon.
Shit.
Wow.
Give out some good picks. And I'm got a nice pick for you for my BetMGM parlay pick of the week. We're going with, now follow along here, guys.
I'm with you.
Ready? We're going with the Suns minus 3.5 first half
Love it.
because I think they're
We're
going to be
get to the fourth.
I think they're going to be juiced, and I'm a little scared because in the fourth quarter comes in, it's like, oh, Hornets money line, which is now plus 154. Watch out, guys.
I'm watching.
And the Toronto Raptors plus 16.
Okay.
It's
I thought you were
gross,
going
It's
money line.
disgusting, but it's plus 800 odds.
Plus 16 against.
It doesn't matter. The Nuggets doesn't matter.
The Nuggies.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
Who
It
cares?
believes in the Nuggies?
does matter.
You know what does matter? You and everybody else that downloads the BetMGM Sportsbook
Amen.
app on iOS or Android, or visit BetMGM.com. Sign up and deposit at least $5 into your newly created account. Place a wager in the amount of at least $5 at standard odds price. And once you have placed your bet, you will receive $150 in bonus bets, regardless of the outcome of your wager. Sign up for BetMGM and use bonus code PHNX. Place your first BetMGM Sportsbook wager through the BetMGM Sportsbook mobile application for at least $5. You'll receive $150 instantly in additional winnings regardless of your wager's outcome. Check out the show notes for full details. Now listen to Damon Dog talk about the disclaimer.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369-New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus only. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-UP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117. For confidential help, Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. See BetMGM.com for terms. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Before we get to our Pac-12 power rankings, I do want to get back to what Short Bus had to say. Shout out to ASU Wrestling.
Whoop,
Sun Devils closed Pac-12 Championships with a conference title, which is absolutely phenomenal. And then Sun Devils Swim and Dive going back-to-back and getting their second straight Pac-12 Championship dub. Awesome. Absolutely awesome for those two programs. Obviously led by some phenomenal coaches in Bob Bowman leading ASU Swim and Dive, and then Zeke Jones leading ASU Wrestling. Just two phenomenal programs continue to show just how dominant they are. And I think it's going to be exciting to watch these specific programs in the Big 12 when they move forward. So certainly something to be excited about. But let's go ahead, get to our final. This is pretty much our final Pac-12 power rankings point blank period.
Wow.
Because after this, then you just go straight to the Big 12. Big 12 football, Big 12 basketball.
Big 12 power rankings.
Are they ready for the Big 12, man?
I don't know.
Are we ready for the Big 12? Sorry. Let's focus on this week's Pac-12 power rankings.
Let's start with you, Eric. Let's start with you. What do we got this week?
Oh, just the casual, starting it with ASU on the bottom, because if this is a power ranking and your best player quits on you with 1 week left in the season, that tanks you straight to the bottom in my book.
Not ideal.
We'll start at the bottom there. Arizona State at 12, Stanford at 11, Oregon State. I just have a soft spot in my heart for Oregon State.
What's up with you and the Beavs, dude?
I just like them. Is that so wrong? I like a good tinkle. Okay.
Yeah. I liked it better when Tinkle was playing too, but
I did like the double tinkle.
Yeah.
Double tinkle is better than single tinkle, but I'm still a tinkle
Two-time
fan.
tinkles.
Double tink. Cal at 9, USC at 8. I know they've been winning lately, but I feel like it's a little too late to get all that talent together. I hope they prove me wrong. I'd love to see them beat Washington and then U of A. Speaking of Washington, they have them at
Take your trophy, Clint.
Clint with the 10th place trophy comment in the chat. For those listening on audio, which thank you for listening on audio, leave a 5-star review, rate, all that fun stuff. Utah coming in at 6, UCLA at 5, Oregon at 4, Wazoo at 3, Colorado at 2, and then that's weird. The number 1 spot's blank. I guess there's just nobody there. That's weird. Squint. Yeah, Arizona. Yeah,
Arizona.
Tragic. It's tragic.
Yeah, Arizona.
It's tragic.
Hey guys, we only have a couple minutes left. I think I'm gonna quit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's family
You're
issues.
just gonna bounce.
Yeah, family issues. And
You're gonna finish the show in Europe.
yeah, I'm gonna go finish this show in Europe.
Okay, that's
No,
fine.
I'm not even gonna finish this show in Europe. I'm gonna finish my career.
Okay.
Chasing
You're
other
gonna finish
opportunities.
your season.
I'm gonna finish my season.
I'm
over
gonna finish
in Europe.
this show somewhere else.
Yeah. No, that's totally understandable. I get it. You're a quitter. But it is what it is. Shane, what about you? What does your Pac-12 power rankings look like?
My power rankings are simply the best, and nobody can ever top
Simply
them.
the best.
Nobody can ever top them.
Simply the best.
USC's at 7 for me. That's the outlier in this, and that's why Isaiah Collier's there. They've just completely shot up. I think they were 10 or 11 last time on mine. But then now going from the top down, U of A, Washington State, normal. Colorado, normal. Oregon jumps over Utah with the win over Utah, obviously. And then at 6, we have Washington. Keon Brooks, dude. Like, obviously, he's a Kentucky transfer. He's a good basketball player. We all know this. He's averaging 23 points a game.
That's
That's
crazy.
a large number.
He can shoot that rock. So Washington's at 6, USC at 7. UCLA has struggled.
They're a weird team, dude.
Well, I mean,
They're
after
weird.
what we thought was them figuring it out and winning like 6 in a row, they've dropped, I think, 5 of their last 6 or 4 of the last 5, something like that. So they're down at 8. Cal, that's so disappointing. Cal's at 9. Stanford at 10. They get out of the cellar. Oregon State is put back in the cellar. Lock the Beaver away.
Clint at 12th now. That's more like it.
Yeah.
Clint, I do it for you. man.
Also, Arizona State does not deserve to be last. I understand them quitting or Perez quitting. It kind of blows everything out of proportion, but they are not as bad as these other teams. Like, they're not.
They're pretty bad.
They're pretty bad, but they're not as bad as
they're
these other
pretty
teams.
bad, and they're best player just walked away from the team.
He's not their best
He's
player.
not their best player. He is their
most used offensive player.
Yeah, that doesn't always mean a good thing. I just looking at the records, and I know right now it's doom and gloom, but they've had better games.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It's kind of fitting that, of course, when I do my Pac-12 power rankings, we've got Saul behind the Mac just waiting and lurking to Colorado's the most mid team. Wow. Okay. Well, let's get to my Pac-12 power rankings. We've got the Arizona Wildcats atop my list. I've got the mid of all mid at number 2. They've won 6 straight, like I said. The Silva, Lampkin, Simpson. I think they've got a lot of talent on that team. I'm interested to see what they do in the Pac-12 tournament. Wazoo at 3, Oregon at 4. Oregon is another team that is just weird. It feels like out of all 4 of the teams with a bye, they're probably the most likely to get bounced in their first game. I've got Utah at 5. They obviously drew Arizona State. That's going to be a unique first matchup. UCLA at 6. To your point, Shane, they're just, I mean, this whole conference is weird, but it felt like they figured it out at a certain point, rattling off like 4 or 5 in a row.
Now they're terrible.
And now they're not good. Mick Cronin's a fraud. He's got little man syndrome. He probably drives like a Ford F450, if that's possible. Washington at 7, USC at 8, Cal at 9. Oregon State back at 10 for Clint. I've got Stanford at 11.
I can't believe you guys.
I've got Arizona State at 12.
You're giving me shit for Oregon State.
Arizona State at 12. Look, after that Bobby board, they've won 3 of their last 12 games.
Bobby what?
And Jose Perez just up and left. So right now, it's not good. Not a good look for Arizona State. Guys, head to the comments. Hit that like button. Let us know what you think of this week's Pac-12 Power Rankings. Gents, anything else before we get out of here?
Oregon State's won 2 of their last 11, so.
Yeah, but did their best player or did their most used offensive weapon leave?
No, but that doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything?
No, it doesn't mean anything.
I don't
power
agree with
rankings.
that.
You're just full of shit.
If that happened
I'm full of shit.
Yeah,
I'm
if
joking.
that happened to any other team, it would drop
I'm
them
joking. I'm joking. Give me that.
Shout out you for showing me that because that was awesome. Guys, before we get out of here, do us one more solid. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also head over to gophnx.com today. Hit that Die Hard tab, and you're going to see everything that you unlock when you become a PHNX Die Hard. We're talking discounts on events, on merch,
Speaking of events,
exclusive Die Hard content, Die Hard Discord. What are we talking? What are we talking, Shane? We've got events. We've got events.
We're talking about the Tea Party.
Ooh. Tell the folks about the Tea Party then.
Saturday, March 23rd. Basketball, golf, drinks, the boys, the
some
fellas,
merch, some contests,
some prizes you can win. Dobson Ranch Golf Course. Come watch the Suns take on insert team here.
That's
Eric's
right.
gonna find that out for you.
That's right.
But it doesn't matter about the game.
I will confirm this. They will be playing another team.
Yep.
There you go.
That
Breaking news.
I can tell
What's
you.
the most important thing is the vibes, and the vibes at Dobson Ranch are elite. So come out and support the Suns, support us, support yourself.
As they take on Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs.
The Suns killer, Victor Wembanyama.
The Suns killer.
I think they're 0-2 against.
Yeah,
the Spurs.
they're 0-2 against him in like the first 2 weeks of the season before he like truly figured things out.
Well, Wemby had his breakout game against the Suns.
Is Book going to be back?
He should play tonight.
He's probable.
Oh, tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Suns money line's free.
Somebody
tonight.
doesn't watch bets. Holy.
Sorry.
Suns money line at -200. That's awesome.
Yeah, throw it in LA. Cook it in LA.
Pick.
Cook it in LA. Damn it.
That's very, very, very risky of you to just throw it out there like that.
Actually, irresponsible. Irresponsible.
Yeah, I would say irresponsible.
Guys,
it's actually -250.
That's gonna do it for today's PHNX Sun Devil show. Do us one more solid. Give us a follow at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can follow me at Anthony_Totri. You can follow this guy right here at Erik Ruby. That is Eric with a K. You can follow DJ Danielle at Abracadanielle across social media, and you can follow Big Pokey Shane Dieffenbach at Shane Dief.
Getting ignored by who I thought was my best friend on the show as always, but now it's Eric.
Wow.
The Gatorade does special things.
Yeah.
Wow.
What'd you
Special
put in
Gatorade.
this?
That you don't need to know.
Friendship. Guys, go Devils and peace.
We all silly like the mayor.